Hello and welcome once again. I am excited to do this video because I have looked high and low all over YouTube and I have not seen one exactly like it. But first, I'm going to do a quick update on the plants you guys have seen growing, including the Rose of Sharon that has not changed in, 6 months now? It's now 2019. It has not changed, grown, died at all. I mean, you figure it would have lost its leaves for the winter, but it didn't. It hasn't grown any new buds or anything. It's just sitting here. So that guy is going to continue to sit here until it does something, I guess. Now you saw last episode that I had a bunch of Rose of Sharon seeds that had started, popped up. We're doing pretty good. Unfortunately, our little baby kitty decided that they were delicious and ate 3 of them. This is only one of the first batch that actually survived, and as you can see, it's got a hole in one of its leaves where tooth went through. I saved that one when I saw the cat munching. But anyway, the other 3 containers that were left empty by the cat, I have put 2 seeds in each, and we're going to let them start growing again. Of the other ones that hadn't germinated before, that's the one that's growing the best. He's got I mean, if you compare it to the Rose of Sharon that was from the garden from last year, that was just kind of growing and got plucked. It's almost as tall, and it hasn't even gotten its first true leaves yet. So he's doing all right. I mean, you can compare it to the first one. This one's like 2 weeks older than this one, and they're almost the exact same size. I do not yet see second leaves coming through on the first one. We got 2 other ones that have sprouted. This one's still got its actual seed coating on it. I have determined that you don't want to play with those to try and take them off. You got to let them come off naturally, because you will break the leaves and then they're no good. And this one's, as you can see, is a little further along, and it's just about pushed off this little nub of a seed pod, but I'm not going to play with it because I watched the other one carefully, and it gets to this point, and then all of a sudden it's going to go pop and be done. So he's good to go. There's nothing else in the thing. I did plant some other seeds. One of them is, we're calling it the Melt Rose. I've got a whole bunch of them in the refrigerator right now. I'm probably going to paper towel method them pretty soon here. But I just wanted to pop one in the dirt and see if it did anything, just out of experimental wanting to. I'm calling it the Melt Rose because we plucked a whole bunch of rose hips off the rose bush in front of Melt in Mentor, Ohio. So that's going to be children of that plant once they get going. This is an unknown tree. I do not know if it's going to grow. I plucked the seeds of this in midsummer and have had them in the refrigerator ever since. It's from a friend's house. He said that it had flowers in the springtime, and then weird little seed pods, and I pulled seeds out of them. They're roundish. I don't even know what kind of tree it is. So this is an unknown tree, and we're going to see if it grows. I've got 2 more of those seeds in the refrigerator. I might paper towel method those, see how they do. And then, of course, this is a apple. I just thought I'd stick a couple in the dirt and see if they sprout yet. Um, I have tons of those suckers also in the refrigerator currently, and I'm going to paper towel method them here pretty soon. Um, now that it's 2019, I wanted to wait until at least half the summer or winter had gotten going. Now, if you'll remember, this is the hydrangea. That sucker's going pretty good. It's putting out new leaves. They're still very hard, although a couple of them, if you see, have actually leafed a little bit. It's in progress. It's probably about 3 times as big as when I planted it. And if you look down at the bottom, that's about how big they were. I don't know if the sun's going to catch that correctly. Down here in the bottom, that's about how big it was when I planted it. These ones here, this one's growing just a tiny bit. It's got 2 of the same kind of sprouts as up here. But those ones have roots growing directly out of them down on the bottom, and the roots are pretty solidly going on this sucker. So he's growing, and pretty happy with him. Cool. All right, that's the updates on those guys. We're gonna set them aside because the fun part is the American Sycamore Tree. I did a bunch of research on the sycamore trees because I've got a 100-year-old one sitting outside my window here, and it's beautiful and I love it. And I wanted to make sure how long it's going to live because it's a big ass tree. It's probably about 80 feet tall. You can't put your arm around it. It's a big tree. And I've got a couple maples going in the yard, but I know that maples aren't going to get as big as that sucker. So I kind of want to put one right over here. So, because that provides wonderful shade for half of this room. And these 2 windows tend to still bring in a lot of sunlight. So I want to plant one over there and let him grow up, and this will be a nice shaded sunroom for decades and decades, because from what I've read, the sycamore trees will grow to 400 years old in some cases. I'm not sure if this one out here, we've estimated it's 100 years old because that's about when the neighborhood was developed. And there's like this one and 2 more down the street, and that's pretty much it for this area that I've seen driving around. But it's a beautiful tree. They're dirty. They drop branches, little branches, and leaves all summer and bark constantly, even winter and whatever it is. It's constantly shedding bark. It had a really good growth year this year. It was really healthy. So anyway, looking up online, there's some kind of English sycamore tree that has more propeller-like seeds, which seem to be a lot more like maple trees than the American sycamore trees that I'm going to cover here. I looked online trying to see, and there's a bunch of things, videos of, start sycamore tree from seed, but a lot of them are the helicopter kind, and none of them, not a single one that I found, showed how to actually extract the seeds from the seed pods, because the seed pods look like that, and they drop from the trees pretty much all winter long. There's still dozens and dozens and dozens of them up in this tree, and I've just been picking them up as I see them. If they land in your driveway and you drive over them, they go poof. And you'll see why in just a minute here. But these suckers are the American sycamore trees. First one I got, I stuck in a baggie and I stuck it in the refrigerator just thinking, okay, that'll winter stratify it. However, as it sat in the refrigerator, it got wet in the baggie and started to shed its things. I think I've salvaged it, but here, I'm going to put this down on the ground here, and we can keep it this way. This is the okay. Now the seed. This is not a seed. This is a seed pod. It's got seeds inside it. I've read a few things online of how to get the seeds out, but I have not seen a single video or anything that shows what the actual seeds look like. And so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to try and figure it out. We have I'm not sure if that is a seed. If you can see that, there's hair all over a lot of these things. Some of them seem to have exploded. So I'm not sure if that's the seed or not yet. We're going to dig in deeper because if you go like this with these things, they just kind of fall apart and turn into fluff. And I've seen videos of people hitting them with baseball bats and watching them go poof, which is kind of cool. But if you want to grow one, that's not how it's going to help you very much. I know that this center thing is not the seed either. That is just what the seeds have grown off of. Okay. Let's take a look in here, see what looks like seeds. Feeling it, the ends of that are hard and the tops of them are more sticky. Not like sticky where it attaches to you, but more like a stem. So I think the seed is on the very end there, and then it's got a little stem that comes out. And this fluff, which is supposed to be bad for your respiratory system, so I don't think you're supposed to breathe it in. Do your best not to. If I start sneezing or anything, I'm going to go get a mask or something, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, we're looking at that one, and those seem to be the seeds right there. So there we go. Fluff is sticking to my skin, and it seems to stick to everything, and you kind of have to pull it off of the seeds. I don't think you're supposed to leave the fluff on the seeds, so I'm pretty sure those are the seeds. What I'm going to do is take this one that I've just fluffed out, set it aside, and find one that dried more naturally here. That one's got a little bit of stuff to start there, so let's take a look at one that's more dried out better. Let's see what happens here. I read somewhere you're supposed to hit it with the mallet to break it up, but that does not seem to be a wise thing to do when you can just kind of do this and it fluffs out like this. Alright, so that's the inside of the seed pod. Okay, so the actual seeds seem to be on the outside and the fluff is inside, and they're attached to the core of the pod with a little stem. So that's how they are. And yep, that's the seed. There you go. We're going to call that successful collecting of the seeds. All right, so what I'm going to do I'm going to go through and get all the seeds I can and defluff all these suckers. They do need some kind of stratification, according to what I've read online. Ooh, I can smell what they're talking about. It's going to make me want to sneeze. I'm going to get a mask. Anyway, I'm going to get a mask to do the rest of this so I don't end up sneezing and coughing and shit. But I'm going to take the seeds that I get. I'm going to put them in, probably this for now. I'm going to let them sit in the fridge for a month or so, and then I'm going to paper towel method them in the refrigerator after that, and we'll start seeing what we can grow. I want one for the front yard. I want one for the backyard over by where all the water is, because apparently these trees love water, so they will soak up a lot of water. And I've got a low area back there that I'm gonna build up, and it can soak up all the water at once there. And any extras I might just give away. We'll see. But I figure I should get at least a couple really good, strong trees out of this. So that's the American Sycamore Tree seed. How to get those seeds. We'll update this as soon as I get around to planting some. And from that, I also have roses coming up. Then I'm going to close ratify. I've got apples. I've got a couple other things. I've got Rose of Sharon's. I'll probably get about, I want to get about 30, 40 of those, because I'm building a living fence along the side fence. And of course, there's the bamboo project that we're going to see how that keeps going. The one plant I have is holding its own against winter back there. And it's got a little bit of leaf loss and browning right now, but it's okay. It doesn't seem to be like I'm dead. It's holding its own against the winter, and we'll see how it rebounds in the spring. Hopefully it'll put up a whole bunch of new shoots, and I'm going to do some air layering to get some new plants out of it. And I probably will order some more of the same kind, because I've got 70 feet back there to try and get a nice bamboo fence wall across. So that's the plan. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it very much. American Sycamore. Let's see. There they are. Pretty cool. I love these pods. You can kick them in the air when you're not collecting any more seeds, and there's probably 1,000 seeds per pod, so you don't need as many as you're going to get out of a tree. You can probably walk down the street somewhere that has them and pick one up, take it home, and do this, and you'll get your own tree. They say it grows pretty fast. It should be about 2 feet tall within the first year, according to what I've seen talked about. I haven't seen any videos of it, so it'll be fun to follow the growth of the seeds that we got here. Hopefully you'll find that interesting and follow along with me. If you like this all, hit the subscribe and the like and the share, and we'll have fun together. Okay, thank you very much. Take it easy. Goodbye.